Hello, everyone. Today we are looking at the YG 4210 Light Freighter. Now, this is a ship that we really get from the Wizards of the Coast's Star Wars game franchise. Um, this was actually seen in its first appearance was Star Wars Gamer 2, and then it has appearances in Rebellion 6 and Rebellion 7. This is a ship built by Kryllian Engineering Corporation. Was considered to be an ancient ship model, first constructed more than 2 centuries prior to the Galactic Civil War, and even predated the vulnerable YT series by several decades. Designed specifically for space exploration rather than combat, the freighter was originally unarmed. However, after centuries of serving, most likely none of them matched the original specifications at this point. Weapons such as blasters, ion cannons, and concussion missile launchers were common modifications done to the craft. So that's really the write up that we have. So looking at this, that the ship that's actually presented to us in the book, it is an old ship. Um, it's a general alignment, comes from the old Republic. You're going to buy it used. Um, it's 24 meters long, has a crew of four, and we can carry up to 12 passengers. Has a cargo capacity of 10 metric tons. So, really, like it's stating here, this is an exploration ship, not a combat ship. It's not really much of a freighter, but with 10 metric tons, it is considered a light freighter. Has consumables for a year. You're only going to find it used at 40,000 credits. Has a hyperdrive of three, being an older ship. We do not have a backup hyperdrive, which is something I would expect from a ship for exploration. But to think that this is coming from the Wizards of the Coast and ported over to the West End games. So it's going from the D20 to the D6. D20, I don't think really had, and I could be wrong here because I don't, I've spent more time on the D6 side than the D20. Um, I don't think they had as much of the backup hyperdrive kind of scenarios or whatever into the system like what we did on the West End games. It does have a nav computer, has a maneuverability of 2D plus 1, so a little bit better than average. It is a little slow in the space category. It has a space of 5, but it's perfectly fine for being a transport scout ship in that it's not trying to do dogfighting or anything else. So it really makes a lot of sense in that regard. It is going about 900 kilometers an hour in an atmosphere, has a hull of 70. This is a very durable hull, kind of one of those unprecedented for how durable that this is, and has a shields of 2D. So it's got nice, robust shields, a very sturdy hull. So if you're out there and you're scouting and you run into an asteroid belt, hopefully you can kind of brush off some of the damage, and then sneak back, get fixed up, and go back out. All right. So our sensor package, passively we can scan out to about 3 kilometers. Actively we can scan out to about 5 kilometers. We can do a search up to 7.5 kilometers, and we have a focus of 400 meters. Now, like the write-up had said, most of these, when they first were built, had no weapon systems whatsoever. Your standard loadout that you're going to find on the open market is probably going to be with 2 light ion cannons, turrets in the front. So that's probably going to be on this side if you can see my mouse. If you can't, it's going to be off on the left side is what they have depicted here from whoever the artist was. So we're going to have the 2 light ion cannons, fire control of 1D plus 2. It's an extra system that's been added on afterwards. Probably not the best. Does a damage of 4D, trying to just keep people from trying to actively attack you. And it has a heavy concussion missile launcher in the rear. So I'm going to guess that it is. Well, it just says rear. The funny thing is, the artist had drawn a turret on the top, and there's no mention to this in here. Um, and for whatever reason, the damage is 7D plus 1 for the heavy concussion missile launcher. Um, I don't know why it's lower. Typically, our concussion missiles are doing 8D damage. Um, so that just kind of throws me off a little bit. It does have a fire control of 2D. Um, like I said, I just don't understand that part of it. But that is the ship that we have now. It's a nice, interesting design. The older kind of setup for the engine. It's not more the more common ion engines that we see on a YT series. It is more of a scaled down version of those big engine blocks that we get on like the Corellian Corvettes and stuff like that. Um, but having a design like this is a very interesting look. I do really like it. Um, there again, it's another smaller crude vessel that I'm always very fond of. So, uh, really being an older ship, one that was designed for doing role playing games and stuff like that, we don't have a lot of extra stuff to it. It's just an older Corellian design, um, but still a very interesting ship. Very beautiful looking ship. Um, and then that's all we can really do is just admire the beauty of the ship and the fact that here we have just another vessel to help populate the galaxy that we get to reside in the Star Wars universe. So, with that being said, thanks for visiting today. Hoping that you're still enjoying this. I still enjoy. I mean, I've enjoyed all of this. We're going to keep doing this until we can deplete every ship that I can ever find and scrounge up in the D6 universe and beyond. Um, it's just amazing seeing all the different variety of ship styles that we can come up with. With that, we'll see you in the next video.